Hi everybody, quick reminder, don't forget to check out the on-screen end cards towards the end of the video, as well as the merch shelf and links down in the description below to explore my new OUTCAST comic book series. And I just have to say that I genuinely appreciate all of the support that's been shown for this new adventure. Now let's dive into this list of powerhouses. Once again, just as before, this list is not definitive, seeing as how I may have missed a few individuals, but this is a very good starting point, and I will try my best to arrange them from weakest to strongest. Although, of course, this can be subjective. For this list, I'll also tend to lean away from abstract, nigh omnipotent, or purely ethereal entities. Basically for now, this just means I'll eliminate the Presence, Lucifer Morningstar, the Spectre, and Perpetua. Like, you guys really don't want me to include these in this list anyway. And I'll primarily focus on characters with a more defined, physical, or regularly manifested presence who engage in combat. And with that being said, I'll start at number 20. Lobo, the main man, who is an intergalactic bounty hunter and the last of his kind because he killed off all of the others. His Zarnian physiology grants him incredible vast superhuman strength that can even rival that of a Kryptonian, as well as a healing factor that can regenerate him from a single drop of blood, and immortality, having been banned from both heaven and hell. Yeah, dude is a problem. On multiple occasions, he's fought Superman to a standstill, regenerated his entire body just from his head, and he's successfully hunted down and eliminated an entire pantheon of gods. But to go on, at number 19, we have Mongol, the tyrannical ruler of Warworld. His vast superhuman strength, stamina, and durability are consistently portrayed as being near the same level, if not the same level as Superman. He's a ruthless strategist and often uses his immense power to enslave entire civilizations, forcing the strongest among them to fight in gladiatorial games. He's been portrayed besting Wonder Woman in one-on-one fights, single-handedly fighting and defeating members of the Green Lantern Corps, and he was the primary villain behind the destruction of Coast City in the famous Reign of the Supermen storyline. Now coming in at 18, we have Supergirl, Kara Zor-El. And as Superman's cousin, Kara possesses all of the standard powers of a Kryptonian under a yellow sun, but she is often shown to absorb solar radiation more efficiently than even Clark. And while she lacks his experience, her raw power potential is arguably just as high, making her one of the most powerful beings on Earth. We've seen her shatter moons and planets during intense battles, withstanding blasts from the Anti-Monitor during the Crisis on Infinite Earths, and briefly wielding a Red Lantern ring, which amplified her already immense power with rage. Coming up at 17, we now have Wonder Woman, Princess Diana of Themyscira, who herself is a demigoddess, the daughter of Queen Hippolyta and the Greek god Zeus. Her divine heritage grants her vast superhuman strength, speed, and durability, making her a near peer of Superman. She's also one of the most skilled warriors in the DC universe, and her magical weapons, the Lasso of Truth, indestructible bracelets, and a god-killing sword elevate her power even further. She's easily defeated fellow gods like Ares and Hercules in combat, fought Doomsday and Superman on equal footing, and successfully held back the full might of an Olympian god. Now at 16, we have the Martian Manhunter, Ja'an Ja'ans, who is often called the heart and soul of the Justice League, and his power set makes him arguably its most versatile member. He possesses at least Kryptonian level strength and durability, but his true power lies in his additional abilities, which are shapeshifting, invisibility, intangibility, phasing, and being one of the most powerful telepaths on the planet. The Manhunter has physically overpowered members of the Justice League while under psionic attack, used his telepathy to link the minds of every hero on Earth, and can phase through virtually any attack, including Superman's heat vision. But at 15, we have Teth Adam, aka Black Adam, who was the original champion of the wizard Shazam in ancient Egypt. He possesses the same magical powers as Billy Batson, but wields them with millennia of experience and ruthless brutality. Unbound by a hero's morality, he uses his godlike strength, speed, and invulnerability to rule his nation of Kandak, and mete out judgment on the rest of the world with an iron fist. Over time, we've seen him single-handedly fight and defeat the Justice Society of America, the Teen Titans, and the Doom Patrol at the same time during the World War III event, as well as on multiple occasions fighting Superman and Shazam to a standstill, and he's even been shown to move the moon out of its orbit. Nevertheless, it should come as no surprise that at number 14, we have Shazam, Billy Batson. Because when young Billy speaks the word Shazam, he's struck by magic lightning and transformed into the champion of the gods. He's immediately granted the wisdom of Solomon, the strength of Hercules, the stamina of Atlas, the power of Zeus, the courage of Achilles, and the speed of Mercury. This makes him a magical equal to Superman in every physical way. We've seen him lift the Book of Eternity, which contains every story ever written and has infinite pages and thus infinite weight. We've also seen him match Black Adam and Superman punch for punch in numerous battles, not to mention an occasion where he's provided the magical lightning needed to power the entire Rock of Eternity. But next up, we have General Zod, a brilliant and ruthless Kryptonian military general. Zod possesses nearly the same powers as Superman, but wields them with the tactical precision of a seasoned soldier. He's almost Superman's equal in strength and speed, and is often more skilled in hand-to-hand combat, making him one of the Man of Steel's deadliest and most personal foes. We've seen him conquer the entire planet of New Krypton, consistently fight Superman to a complete stalemate, and master Kryptonian martial arts, which gives him an edge in close combat. Now at number 12, we have the White Lantern Kyle Rayner, who's already one of the most imaginative and powerful Green Lanterns. But on one occasion, he became the White Lantern after mastering all 7 colors of the emotional spectrum. Unlike other Lanterns who wield just a single emotion, Kyle learned how to channel the powers of rage, avarice, fear, will, hope, compassion, and love simultaneously. This granted him control over the life equation itself, making him a being of pure creation with the ability to manipulate reality, heal mortal wounds, and channel the combined powers of every Lantern Corps. Basically, he became the most powerful Lantern ever. We've seen him do things like defeat the Third Army, which was a universe-devouring threat created by the Guardians, resurrect the entire Blue Lantern Corps on one occasion, restoring hope to the universe, and being key in the defeat of cosmic-level beings such as Necron and Oblivion, which clearly showcases his immense might. Next up, at number 11, we have Doomsday, who is an ancient Kryptonian biological weapon engineered to be the ultimate killing machine. His raw strength is vast, but his most terrifying ability is reactive evolution. He cannot be killed the same way twice. Each time he's defeated, he regenerates and becomes immune to whatever defeated him before. He's known for famously taking out the Man of Steel in a city-level brawl with nothing but brute force, defeating the entire Justice League with one arm tied behind his back, literally, and shattering the Phantom Zone barrier with his bare hands. Now, don't be taken off guard with our number 10, which is Orion, the son of Darkseid and the adopted son of Highfather. Orion is the fiercest warrior of the new gods, and he's capable of channeling what's called the Astro Force, which is a powerful cosmic energy that grants him strength and durability that can far surpass even Superman. Also, when he gives in to his rage, this dog of war can become a force of destruction on a galactic scale. Over time, we've seen him actually fight and defeat his father Darkseid in combat, hold his own against Superman without using the full power of the Astro Force, and actually use the Astro Force to destroy entire planets. Now, at number 9, we have Sodom as Ion. He's what's known as a Daxamite, which is a cousin race to Kryptonians that have similar powers, although their weakness is not kryptonite, but lead. And despite him already being immensely powerful, his abilities were amplified to a cosmic scale when he became the host for Ion, the living embodiment of willpower and the Green Lantern energy. This fusion made him arguably the most powerful Green Lantern in history, a Superman with a power ring. We've seen him actually fight and contend with Superboy-Prime, wield all the power of the Green Lantern central power battery, and actually turn his home planet's red sun into a yellow sun, just to give his people powers. Coming in at 8, we have Isaiah, aka Highfather, who's the wise and benevolent ruler of the planet New Genesis and the leader of the New Gods. As the ultimate force for good in the Fourth World Saga, he's the direct counterpart and eternal rival to the tyrannical Darkseid of Apocalypse. While a powerful so-called god in his own right, Highfather's true strength comes from his direct connection to the source, the ultimate cosmic energy of the universe, which he channels through his powerful Alpha Staff, making him a Skyfather level being of nearly unmatched cosmic power. On some of the occasions that we've seen him, he's fought Darkseid to a standstill on numerous occasions, with their battles shaping the destiny of galaxies. He's channeled the cosmic power of the source, allowing him to manipulate matter and energy on a vast scale, like restoring the dead to life and access universal knowledge, and prove himself to be powerful enough to physically confront and even banish immensely powerful beings, including once successfully casting Darkseid into the source world. So yeah, I just wish we saw him a little more often. Now at 7, we have Monarch, aka Captain Nathaniel Atom, also known as Captain Atom, who himself is a being of pure quantum energy contained within a metallic shell. He can innately absorb and manipulate virtually limitless amounts of energy. But on one fateful occasion, he was transformed into Monarch, a being so powerful he was capable of destroying an entire universe and defeating legions of alternate reality heroes with ease. I think that feat alone says enough, but I'll add one more: the fact that his power is said to be on par with the Big Bang. At number 6, we have the post-crisis Rebirth Superman, Clark Kent, who is the benchmark for strength and heroism in the DC universe. The energy from the Earth's yellow sun grants him a vast array of powers, with his physical strength being arguably his best. His power is often depicted as having no true measurable limits, constrained only by the amount of solar energy he's absorbed. We've seen him do countless things over the years, but just a few include him lifting the Book of Eternity alongside Shazam, remember it has infinite weight, also pushing a super heavy magnetic press which weighs 200 quintillion tons. And we've seen him escape a black hole under his own power. But this is nothing for Supes. And you're lucky I didn't consider the feats of Superman 1,000,000 Prime. If I would have done that, I might as well have included individuals like Spectre and Perpetua, but I'll leave it alone. So if you're guessing who we have at number 5, it's Trigon, the dimensional conquering demonic entity of immense mystical power. He's the father of the hero Raven and has consumed countless worlds and enslaved entire galaxies. His physical strength is immense, but his true power lies in his command over magic, which allows him to warp reality, manipulate souls, and project universe-threatening energy. It's nothing for him to enslave the souls of an entire universe, effortlessly defeat the Teen Titans and the Justice League simultaneously, and by the way, he destroyed his own home planet at the moment of his birth. So coming in at number 4, we have the avatar of Darkseid, the tyrannical lord of apocalypse and the god of evil. Darkseid himself seeks to eliminate all free will from the universe and enslave it with the anti-life equation. The physical form he uses for battle is merely an avatar of his true multiversal self. But even this avatar possesses vast superhuman strength and power sufficient to overpower the entire Justice League with ease, and his Omega Beams can erase beings from existence. Once again, his feats are countless, but some of the smaller things we've seen him do are break a Green Lantern ring with his bare hands, fight and defeat Olympian gods, such as Zeus, and use his Omega Beams to successfully hit and contain the Flash. And I'll let you think about that one for a second. Now that you're done thinking, let's move on to number 3, which is Superboy-Prime. Hailing from a world where superheroes were only comic book characters, Superboy-Prime is a version of Superman with no weaknesses and power levels scaled to the Silver Age of comics. Being driven insane by the loss of his reality, he became a multiversal threat whose tantrums could kill cosmic heroes, and whose strength was so great it could literally break reality. Matter of fact, we've seen him literally punch reality, which caused it to shatter and retcon major events in DC history. He's taken out over 30 Green Lanterns and multiple cosmic heroes with no effort simultaneously, and he's even escaped the Phantom Zone and the Speed Force through sheer brute force, which is absurd to even think about. So who could be number 2? Well, it's the Anti-Monitor, which is a being of pure antimatter and the polar opposite of his brother, the Monitor. He's a cosmic entity of incalculable power, whose sole purpose is to consume and destroy all positive matter universes. He is single-handedly responsible for the destruction of the original DC multiverse. Over time, he's absorbed and destroyed countless universes, fought and defeated armies of superheroes from across the entire multiverse, and possessed enough power to threaten the existence of all realities. So who or what could be number one? Well, it's Imperiex-Prime, who's the physical embodiment of Entropy, a cosmic being whose power is the Big Bang itself. Literally. His purpose is to destroy the universe and remake it from scratch to correct a perceived flaw in its creation. He's so powerful that a single one of his probes can destroy a planet. Oh yeah, by probe, I mean little avatars. Think of how Darkseid operates through his avatar. Imperiex-Prime puts out little copies of himself that possess this massive type of power level. Now, he wears an armor to contain his immense energy, and without it, his form would trigger a new Big Bang and annihilate the universe. So he has to wear it to function in any universe at all. We've seen Imperiex destroy Doomsday with a single energy blast, reducing him to a skeleton, force the heroes and villains of the entire universe, including Darkseid, to form an alliance to fight him, and his death and subsequent release of energy required Superman to fly him back to the dawn of time to be absorbed by the Big Bang. So yeah, I don't know if it was fair to add him either. Nevertheless, what did you think of this list? Did I miss anybody? But hopefully I ranked them fairly well, and you won't be too upset at me. Either way, I do hope you're having a great day, and I'll talk to you next time. Be sure to like and subscribe to The New Sage.